Hey, Eric Dunbach here, the Coach's Coach, and today I want to answer another frequently asked question that we get from business coaches around the world, and that is, what are the most important questions I should ask when doing my due diligence on a business coaching franchise investment? Well, we believe there are a lot of important questions, but here are the top three. Number one is, what kind of success rate does this business coaching franchise currently have? Now, this is an important question because you're going to be a statistic. You're going to either be a failure or a success in this business coaching franchise. And obviously, you owe it to yourself to find out what the stats are, whether they're in your favor or against you. Now, my partner and I have been involved in the business coaching franchise industry for more than a decade now. And between the two of us, we have served more than 7 business coaching franchise systems in various capacities. And on average, the business coaching franchise systems have a 50% or more failure rate, which I know is a bit surprising because this is business coaching after all. We should be better than that. But really, that's what it is. And one of the business coaching franchise systems I was involved in had a 57% failure rate. We eventually brought it down to 4% over a period of time, but this is a real deal. So you need to find out what's the failure rate in this franchise. You need to think about it. And so here's the way we recommend it. Get the franchise disclosure document, and there's a couple things you're going to want to do with that FDD. This franchise disclosure document is your best friend in the due diligence process. The first thing you want to do is actually look at the numbers. Look at the number of units that they've sold, closed, or resold, and compare that to the number of units in operation. See, a lot of times when a business franchise owner, business coach goes out of business and fails, they will sell or close their business coaching franchise, and that has to be reported in the franchise disclosure document. So you can do some math and get a pretty good sense of what the failure rate is. Here's the second thing that you should do, and I think this is even more important. You need to start calling the franchisees who are in the FDD. And I'm not talking about just the 3 or 4 names that you're going to get. All your business coaching franchise sales reps are going to give you 3 or 4 names. They're going to give you the rock stars in the business coaching franchise that you're looking at. They're going to give you people that they know are going to give you glowing reviews about the franchise. But how about the rest of them? When I was buying my first franchise, I called 15 to 20 franchisees, and you should do the same. Call them. Call 15 to 20 business coaching franchisees, and if they're not answering your phone calls or getting back to you, here's a hot tip. Call them and say, hey, I'm interested in the possibility of buying your franchise off you. Give me a call back if you're interested, and you'll start getting calls back, believe me. And what you want to find out is how many of these are actually really making it. Okay, decide and find out what the success rate is. That's question number 1. What's the success rate? Second question is, what kind of support are you going to get over the long haul with this particular business coaching franchise? A lot of business coaching franchisors will send you to their training. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is. They're going to send you to a training, and they're going to induct you. It's going to be a posh hotel so that you don't have buyer's remorse and that you're thinking that you bought something really special. But where the rubber meets the road is when you get back and you're actually building your business coaching business. And the challenge is that in the vast majority of business coaching franchise systems, the people that sold you the franchise are actually the same people that are assigned to support you. Maybe they've hired it out to somebody, but a lot of the people that are assigned to support you and train you and mentor you and coach you as a new coach are themselves pretty clueless. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Because when you hit month 6, 12, or 18, and you're hitting some rough patches of road, you're going to want somebody who's mentoring you that really knows the business. So again, call the people who are already franchisees and ask them, how much money are you making? How are you doing? How many months have you been in the business? The people who are coaching you, supporting you, training you, supposedly teaching the business, are they themselves successful? Okay? You want to find out if the people who are going to be teaching you the system really know how to use the system themselves, okay? And if they don't, and the franchisees that are talking to you are saying, the person I'm talking to doesn't know the system, and I'm not learning the system, and the system's not working for me, okay, you should be having some warning flags, okay? Call the average coach, call at least 20 of them, and find out what's going on, okay? So that's the second question, is how's the support on an ongoing basis? Third question is, what kind of limits are going to be placed on you? Now, this is a big deal. Because I know you're not thinking about this right now, but at some point, you're going to want to be out of this franchise. Maybe you do the long haul. Maybe you stay with this franchisor for 5 years or 7 years or whatever it is. But at some point, you're going to want to be done. And if you struggle, you're going to want to be done sooner rather than later. But at some point, you're going to want to be done. And you want to know what kind of limits are going to place on you. Okay? What kind of limitations will be there even after you're out of your franchise agreement? What's going to be there? You're going to need to get the help of a good franchise attorney. Not just regular Joe attorney down the street who does basic business law. You want somebody who specializes in franchise law. And this is a mistake a lot of business coaching franchisee prospects don't make. They don't take the time to really talk with a good qualified franchise attorney. But get one. You're going to need it. Find out when the contract expires or when it's over, what kind of limitations. Most, if not all, the business coaching franchisors will require you to leave the career that you've just spent 2, 3, 5, 7 years building. When you leave the franchise, they will require you to not compete with them and basically give up your career. So what if you really love business coaching and then you leave your business coaching franchise? That contract will require you to quit your career and start over something else from scratch. Okay? You got to talk about it. This is serious business. What if you don't do well? Okay? What are the obligations that this franchise is going to put on you in that contract? Will they make you continue to pay that second mortgage payment, $1,500, $2,000 a month? Will they continue to make that even if you're not making money? You need to give some thought to that. So again, the third question is, what kind of limits, what kind of liabilities is this business coaching franchise going to put on you? All right? Okay, so these are the three major questions. There's a whole lot more you should learn, a whole lot more you should know, and questions you should ask if you're going to buy a business coaching franchise. Again, I got into this business in 2001 as a business coaching franchisee. I was one of the most successful ones in the history of the organization I was involved in. So I'm not necessarily against franchises, but it's a pretty serious investment. You owe it to yourself to learn all you can. If you want to know more, we've got a free ebook on the subject, businesscoachingfranchisebuyersguide.com, businesscoachingfranchisebuyersguide.com. You can go there and get a free ebook on the subject. Really hope this video helped you. I'll see you on the next one. Eric Dunbach here, the Coach's Coach. Bye for now.